Gravitas Dark Matter.
Echo 735 here. I see what you see. Let's bend the galaxies back into place. Gravitas Dark Matter, designing new interactions for spatial computing on Apple Vision Pro by Rich Fallett, a case study on eye pinch targeting and stylization in Apple Vision Pro. Introduction. Most early Vision Pro apps mimic the real world, photoreal windows in virtual space, menus that look like physical objects. At Disney Animation and beyond, I've learned that design isn't about copying reality, it's about creating intentional new ones. That mindset led me to build Gravitas Dark Matter, a stylized, physics-driven arcade experience for Apple Vision Pro. On the surface, it's a game, but underneath, it's an exploration of new input models, a critique of photoreal mimicry, and a study in how heads-up displays can become characters instead of decoration. Eye pinch targeting, a new input model. In Gravitas, your eyes act as the crosshair. A pinch gesture confirms intent. The head provides gross aim, while the eyes deliver micro-accuracy. This mechanic feels inevitable once you try it, but it surfaced new design challenges: eye strain, off-center fatigue, and precision tuning. Our solution was adaptive dampening and a HUD reticle that anchors feedback. UX takeaway: when gaze is the cursor, comfort and recovery cues matter as much as accuracy. Stylization versus photorealism in Vision Pro. Photoreal environments feel familiar, but they can also limit imagination. Stylization demands more upfront design, choosing shapes, contrasts, and abstractions deliberately. In Gravitas Dark Matter, neon arcs and abstract cosmology create clarity in chaos. Stylization isn't easier than realism. It's harder because every visual choice must serve cognition and feedback. UX takeaway: stylization in extended reality isn't an aesthetic shortcut. It's a tool for focus, legibility, and player emotion. Emergent physics as design system. Rather than scripting difficulty, Gravitas runs on a custom gravitational solver. Black holes multiply, wormholes scatter bodies unpredictably, supernova mines chain react. This creates a difficulty curve designed by math, not artificial intelligence. No two playthroughs feel alike. UX takeaway: sometimes the best level designer is the system itself. Emergent behaviors challenge both player and designer expectations. Physics becomes the interface. Modes of play. Room mode, designed for a standard living space about 10 by 8 by 10 feet with an 8-foot ceiling. This makes Gravitas approachable in almost any home setup. Arena mode expands the playfield to 30 by 30 by 100 feet outdoors. For the first time, Gravitas turns spatial computing into a sport, with players moving like athletes through a field-sized volume. Galaxy Full Immersion Mode, the widest arena yet. Here, the player floats at the center of a physical starfield, rendered with true parallax. Hazards spawn not just around you, but above and beneath you, creating full 360-degree play. The sensation is less like standing in a room and more like being suspended in outer space. Arcade mode, a classic run of 60 handcrafted levels tuned for about 15 minutes of play. Focused, rhythmic, and replayable. Multiverse mode, endless galaxies seeded with shifting constants, gravity, acceleration, density, producing universes that never repeat. Each galaxy spans 10 levels, gated by the length of a track. The neon orchestra glows with the music, minds swelling with bass and stars flaring with treble. Over 250 levels have already been composed, with infinite potential extension. UX takeaway: each mode is a different lens on spatial play. Room equals accessible, arena equals athletic, galaxy equals cosmic embodiment, arcade equals rhythmic mastery, multiverse equals infinite experimentation, HUD with visual haptics, The cockpit-style HUD doesn't just display information, it reacts. Impacts scramble it, shake it, and simulate tactile feedback without extra hardware. The interface becomes a feedback loop. The interface becomes a character. UX takeaway. In spatial computing, user interface can be more than information. It can embody the sensation of impact. HUD shape language. Unlike heads-up displays in sci-fi movies, often shown as flat plates of glass, we quickly realized the power of a volumetric HUD. In Gravitas Dark Matter, the HUD isn't just a transparent overlay. Its geometry has depth, with arcs and glyphs designed to lead the eye back to center frame. This complements the core mechanic, your eyes as the crosshair, ensuring that in the middle of cosmic chaos, your attention is anchored. Where visual haptics make the HUD feel tactile, shape language makes it directive. The interface itself subtly manages perception. UX takeaway. HUD design in spatial computing isn't only about legibility. It can guide attention, balance motion, and literally train where the player looks. Why this matters. Gravitas Dark Matter is more than a game. It's an experiment in spatial design. Input. What if your eyes and pinch became the controller? Visuals. What if stylization offered a designed alternative to photoreal mimicry? Physics. What if difficulty emerged from math itself, not scripted behavior? The Vision Pro ecosystem is just beginning. Gravitas is proof that spatial computing doesn't have to imitate what came before. It can invent entirely new ways to play.